Hey guys, welcome back to yet another Harry Potter comparison video. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the newer Harry Potter minifigures, specifically from 2020, and comparing them against their older versions from previous years. Let me tell you one thing, not all of the new minifigures are necessarily better than the older ones, and you'll see just what I mean in a little bit. Anyway, without further ado, let's get right on to the video. First on the list, we have the greatest LEGO Harry Potter minifigure of all time, Bellatrix Lestrange. The older minifigure will always be better in my opinion because of the detail it holds and the nostalgia that it also possesses, for me at least. The dress has detailed silver printing which looks incredible, featuring her silver dagger and some awesome silver floral printing, which looks awesome. The torso also looks epic, and I really think that it flows in nicely with the dress piece as well. The new one looks like a remake of Bellatrix, lacking detail. The face just doesn't feel like her, and I know that as I'm a huge Bellatrix fan, so yeah, if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. I love how the older version has these really detailed shadows around her eyes. It's a very lovely minifigure. It is my favorite of all time. The hairpiece between both minifigures from both years looks very similar, and I'm assuming it's the same. If it is, let me know again in the comments. Overall, the new version is a downgrade. It was kind of disappointing to see because, you know, I actually had a feeling that LEGO wouldn't be able to top the 2010 version, and I'm a super proud owner of her, and I think she's awesome. The new one is a cool fig to have if you missed out on the 2010 version, as it goes for a ton in the market. Next on the list, we have Molly Weasley. The new version is a definite upgrade in some ways, like the hair and the face print. I prefer the pants piece, the leg piece that they've included in the older version. There's great detail that flows nicely with the torso. The older version's hair is very nice, but I prefer the new one as it has a piece specifically made for Molly Weasley. Not like a older Hermione hairpiece that they've converted into orange and popped right onto Molly's head. I mean, that's what they did in 2010. And I think 2020 is a great year for Molly. Anyway, moving on, we have Arthur Weasley. The new version of Arthur looks very nice in my opinion. The older version features a sand green torso, which I like, and plain light gray pants. I don't like them. The new version in general is a great upgrade from the older one, from the super detailed knitted sweater and from the new face print, which I think looks awesome. The face print looks more detailed and the torso is very nice. The hairpiece is pretty much generic, like you see that pretty commonly across multiple minifigures, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but it's not bad though. Overall, Arthur is awesome. Next on the list, we have Ginny Weasley. Ginny's looking super great in both years, 2010 and 2020. The new one is a definite upgrade, like the torso that they've included for her, and I really wish that we got her in her PJs, as seen in the movie Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. It would have been really cool to see that, but you know, one can only wish for that. The old one is very nostalgic to me, and I really love the knitted sweater detail on her torso. The hairpiece is the same for both figs, and I'm not really surprised by that. It's safe to say that that hairpiece suits her very well and should be made for her, I suppose. It's nice to have both versions of Ginny in terms of new torsos and leg prints. I'd personally swap out the face of the newer Ginny with the older one, as I do prefer the older face print, but that's just me. Next up, we have Fenrir Greyback. I think Fenrir looks epic from both years as well. I really like the detail on the face. And in comparison to the older version, both faces look really, really cool. But the newer one looks better in my opinion, simply because of the more vibrant blue in his eyes and more teeth detail. I feel like there's more contrast in the newer version and more attention to detail when it comes to his fur, which I really, really appreciate. The older version robes are pretty simple, and the newer version take it to another level with epic leg printing to continue the flow of the robe. Next up, we have Harry Potter from the Burrow set. The Harry from the Burrow set looks pretty cool. Personally, I prefer the older hairpiece rather than the newer one, as I feel like it's more, hairy. Other than that, the new Harry looks more tan. I don't really mind that, but overall, the older version takes the cake in my opinion. I'm a pretty nostalgic person if you couldn't already tell, but you know, that's just me. Next, we have Harry in his Gryffindor uniform from the Room of Requirement set. I really like the upgraded Gryffindor torso. I think it looks really cool. And the hair, again, is my only complaint in this case. So apart from that, not much to say there. I really like how the Gryffindor emblem is more shiny, I guess that's the word, and personally I prefer that over the newer version of the Gryffindor torso. Next up we have Dobby. New Dobby looks nice, but he seemed a little too old for my liking though. Like, the wrinkles they've added in the face and like the new face mold they've included for him makes him look kind of older, which I'm not the biggest fan of. The older Dobby from 2010 looks super cute, and I appreciate the bulging eye detail. However, I don't really like how easily the pupils rub off. They rub off very easily. Let me know if you have the same issue in the comments down below. The torsos are pretty much similar across both minifigs, and again, naturally the 2020 version of Dobby has a more detailed torso, but the 2010 one, again, looks really good. Either way, Dobby looks super cute across both years. Next up, we have Uncle Vernon. Someone's definitely gone through a glow up, I guess, or a glow down, I don't know. Minifigure wise, Vernon has definitely improved over the last few decades. I really love the torso detail and the new face print and hairpiece as well, included in the new version of him to be released in June 2020. The older version uses yellow skin, which I don't like at all. Like, the orange hair detailing is not my favorite. And apart from that, the older version has very nice face print, very classic, and it's very nice. It suits him very well. The torso printing is also fantastic from the older version for a figure made oh so long ago. So overall, Vernon's looking great across both years. And again, I do prefer the 2020 version simply because it is more upgraded and it looks much cleaner in my opinion. Next up, we have Hermione Granger in her Gryffindor uniform. The new Gryffindor uniform is pretty cool, and again, the same complaints I had for Harry. I do prefer the older one simply because it looks more shiny and the Gryffindor emblem is more detailed. However, the newer version of Hermione is a pretty nice upgrade, but I prefer the older one as the crest is more detailed and shiny. The hair is fine from both years, but the older Hermione from 2010 will always mean so much more to me because of nostalgia. I know that word is being overused in this video, and she will always be my favorite. Next up, we have Horace Slughorn. Horace has been made fairly recently in 2018, featured in the Bricktober pack. The 2020 version of Horace is not necessarily an upgrade, but a similar version of Horace in a new outfit for a new occasion. The Slug Club party. Woohoo! I really love having a variety of outfits for Horace to wear on for various occasions. There's a very similar hairpiece and face print used across both minifigs, so overall, you should get them all because the more Horaces you have, the better. Next on the list, we have a character that you won't really be expecting to be featured in this video as he was not made in 2020, rather made in 2019. This was a special request from a pretty active viewer on the channel. I can't pronounce his name properly. I think it's Shreegrid. Shreegrid has requested me to include Hagrid in this video. And yeah, I wasn't planning on adding Hagrid in the video, but I will just for you, Shreegrid, so enjoy. The newer version of Hagrid looks very nice. I especially like the flowy hair and beard piece. It looks really cool and it suits Hagrid very well. His outfit looks really cool as well. The older version looks like he has a shoulder and back issue. It's not that he's a hunchback, but sort of like the opposite of that, if you know what I mean. In other words, the arms are placed way too up high. And that issue was definitely fixed with the 2018 version of him. Overall, Hagrid looks really epic, and I really love how it's a big figure. And we mustn't forget about his pink umbrella. That's super important to remember. Moving on, we have Tom Marvolo Riddle. I'm so sorry guys, I just had to include Tom Riddle in the video. I mean, you can't really blame me because he was remade in 2020 and he has gone through a serious major glow up. The 2020 version from the Harry Potter book looks oh so amazing. It blew me away. Compared to the older version, he looks awesome. I love his robes, the face print, the hairpiece, and everything about the new minifigure. The older version looks like it could be Harry Potter without his famous glasses. If he were in Slytherin, yeah, I'm not really the biggest fan of that. He definitely deserved a remake. I'm talking about Tom, by the way. And a massive glow up came with it, and I 100% approve of this minifigure. Next on the list, we have Draco Malfoy. Here he is. him and his older version from 2010. I love both versions of Draco, and the newer one is from the Half-Blood Prince, specifically from the Half-Blood Prince, so like not a general Draco minifigure like the 2010 version. The newer version of Draco is from the Half-Blood Prince book, or I guess you can call it a movie, because I mean they made a movie for it, but whatever. Which is why he looks noticeably older, with super cool new Slytherin robes that I definitely 100% need for my sig fig. And I really love the casual Slytherin torso featured in the 2010 version, so the older version, and his really cool face print with that sly grin that I'm a fan of. Overall, I have zero complaints on both versions of Draco. Each variant serves its own purpose and are equally amazing in their own ways, with some unique and new LEGO parts that satisfy my Slytherin needs. Last but certainly not least, we have the one, the only Dolores Umbridge. I'm so sorry guys, I had to include her again in yet another video. The newer version of Umbridge looks very, very nice, but I must say, the older version's face print is remarkably epic. She has this face expression that I can't exactly place my finger on. She looks annoyingly satisfied, if you know what I'm saying, with a hint of rage. Looks good. I mean, no complaints here. Looks pretty cool. The newer version's outfit is obviously more accurate, featuring a hotter shade of pink on her outfit rather than a lighter one. Her new hairpiece is nice, but it's pretty common, and as a result, I love the older minifigure's hairpiece much, much more, as it is more unique and specifically tailored to suit Umbridge's hair needs. Overall, the older version of Umbridge is my favorite. Hats off to LEGO for doing such a fantastic job making an Umbridge back in the day. I am super impressed. Well guys, that pretty much wraps up yet another Harry Potter comparison video. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I'll see you guys later, my fellow Potterheads. Stay safe and bye for now.